Shields Bowl. That was last year.
Do you like this? I mean, going up against your brother? I mean, we talked to so many coaches that don't like these matchups.
No, of course you don't. I mean, I remember playing him. We've played each other a lot in the juniors, and it's like you're dreading it. But he beat me, I think, for a good 17 years of my life, and I've seen to have gotten the nod. Obviously, being at Arizona helps. But, yeah, I've gotten the upper hand lately. But on like a regular season match, maybe. But the NCAA tournament, they've done so well this year. They've won back-to-back championships. Yeah, they're a really good team, and, you know, I'm rooting for them, but can't really do that when they're playing us. And but we're on a mission this year, so we'll put all that aside, and we got to go take care of the first round, and then we have a huge test in front of us with Boise.
You had talked earlier in the year just about how these guys, they want to make special things happen, and they'd gone to LA this year and won for the first time, and then finally getting that Pac-12 tournament monkey off of your back. Are you surprised by the resolve sometimes of them to do these new things?
Yeah, that was their number one goal. Let's create history this year. That was like our main pillar, like let's create history. I was like, God, we've done a lot of it the last few years. Is there anything left? And I think we've done 5 or 6 things we've never done before. And, you know, we're getting closer and closer to the mountaintop, and it's hard to keep climbing the closer you get. And I think that's where you have to have a lot of special guys like we have in our locker room, guys that are going to keep pushing. And you win a regular season, and it's not enough, guys. We said we're going to win the tournament, and this is what we set out to do, and let's go do it. But this team is really special. Taking 5th or 6th place at the National Indoors, beating number 2 Texas. A lot of people have them as winning the NCAA tournament this year, winning the regular season, a California sweep. I mean, a lot of these things are really special. Being top 5 in the country, God, that was like, you sat there like, wow, this is really happening at Arizona. This is cool. And but now the bar's been set. How high can we take it?
Is it, with all those things that you haven't done before, is it too early to be looking at the Sweet 16 pairings and the possibility of being able to have that here based on what happens on the other side of the bracket?
Yes, I mean, I know you look ahead, obviously, but I can never look ahead or let these guys feel like we're looking ahead, because if we take our eyes off of what's important, then we can get, we can slip up and anyone can beat us. And we found that out a couple of years ago when we walked in and beat a preseason top 5 Michigan team who no one had us beating. And then we beat a Kentucky team who was 16-0 on the year. And this lowly old Arizona comes in and wipes the court with them. And it's competition. No one cares about your national ranking. No one cares about that. You got to go out and perform and get it done on any given day. And so I think our team knows that. They know how to prepare. And I kind of put the vibe out this week. Hey, how are we feeling? And everyone's like, school's done. All about tennis. Let's go.
How big was it having Coach Free back with the team this year?
Oh my gosh, it's so great because we've had the best volunteer coaching crew ever. I mean, he spent 2 years of his life as my volunteer coach. I remember talking to him one time, and he's like, Coach, I have $8 in my bank account. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. And I just said, look, just stay with it. We'll find you some work. We'll get some things for you. And then he ended up going off to be a head coach at Idaho State and came back as a totally different coach. And it's been so fun to have him here. But I love the loyalty of people who put in their time, put that sweat equity in your program. And now he's here and helping us be top 10 in the country and having one of our best seasons. So, and also one of the best recruiters in the country.
What's Gustav's legacy going to be in this run that you guys have made, this program?
I mean, it's everything. He came in as a freshman, Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, top 15 in the country, NCAA performer multiple times. But I think it's also, he's kind of that guy who does it in the shadows, and some guys can get more credit than he does. But if you ask any guy on the team who's our lockdown point, who they know is going to get the point on the biggest of matches, like, oh, it's Goose. Like, he's just a big-time player in big-time moments. And if you look at his record, it's astounding, what he's been able to do in the spring and the wins that he's had for us. And so, yeah, words can't describe how much I appreciate him and how grateful I am that he came here. And then he also was like the marquee player that was like, Arizona's the place to be. And if Gustav goes to Arizona, then it's a good program. We got to go there.
Hey, Coach Ryan made a point of saying on Monday that he believed you have changed college tennis forever. His words. Your reaction to a statement like that?
I don't know. I'm just putting my head down and working. but I'm very, very proud of what we've accomplished here. And, you know, all these nice accolades that people have thrown my way, you know, I go home at the end of the night, my wife humbles me very quickly, and I come back and I know that I'm just proud to work at Arizona. I think this is one of the coolest places you could ever work. This is home, this community, these kids. I mean, this is a really special place, and I'm just tickled every day I get to work here.
So is it true then on Friday it won't be a Shields family reunion like last year? You said that on Monday.
Yes. We had like 20, 30 family members come in last year. They got an Airbnb, and it was everyone came in. You know, I think, yeah, it went quick, but I think for my brother's sake, it was just like a lot of pressure and everything. But we still were able to enjoy it. And I think it's our last time. My dad's 82. He can't travel anymore. It was the last time that he was able to travel and see us, and like, what a cool moment. And my parents said, hey, even though we can't travel, we're going to be watching on you know, TV or the cameras, and don't fight each other. I said, Mom, I promise we won't fight each other.
Obviously, your eyes are focused on the NCAA tournament. Can you talk about Colton and Jay being selected to go to the individual singles again, and what that means to them in the program?
I mean, we had so few players go to the NCAA tournament before these guys have shown up here, and it is so hard to do it as an at-large bid. I think you have to be like 45 or 40, you know, really high in the rankings to get in there. And I mean, these guys, I mean, Colton's been earning it since day one, but Jay, like, how do you come from playing 6 in our program to being a top 30 player within a year? And that just speaks to our coaching staff and our players. The guys get better in our program, and we have to get better in our program. You know, we're not going to out-recruit a lot of teams, and we know that here, and that's okay, but we're going to out-develop them. And I think that's what we're really proud of, is a lot of our players who've come in here have developed into really elite players, and they're going to the NCAA tournament. And to have 2 players from Arizona do it, I think we could have had 4, but it's just the math and how it works out. I mean, Gustav should be there. You know, Herman could be there. I mean, he's like 19-2 on the year. It's just how it all works out. So very proud.
One more if y'all have it.
I think we're good.
Okay.